How are we all going tonight? Good? Can you hear me up the back? All those thousands of people at the back, can you guys hear me way up there? Excellent, yeah, good. Can you hear me over there? Okay, great. So, have you enjoyed this event? Yeah, have you learnt a lot of stuff? There's a lot of pretty powerful business people that have presented this weekend, which is fantastic. So I feel actually really privileged to do something slightly different, which is mainly internet marketing. So who here has a traditional offline business? Hands up, just so I get a gauge. Okay, a couple of you. Anybody got is there offline business online? None of those people that put their hands up. A half a hand up. Okay, cool, excellent. So anyone here is looking for a business and has ever considered doing internet marketing? Yeah. Now, internet marketing is a great world, right? There's a lot of different things that you can take from the internet. And prior to this, I actually had no knowledge of internet marketing. It was only in the last 4 years that I actually got right into it. One, because it was creative. I was creative and I actually wanted another way of generating income, and this is just one of them. So if you look at income, if you treat the internet as an investment, right, $1 million in real estate at 5% net return is $50,000, yes? So that's equal to a $4,000 business, online business per month. Now, there's a lot of people actually making a lot of money from the internet. Some people are just making $50, $100 a month, and then once they learn how to do that $50, $100 a month, what they do is they do it again and do it again and do it again, and then it turns into $4,000 a month. Do you reckon that there's people out there that are actually making $10,000 a month from an internet business? What are some of the advantages, you reckon, of an internet business? No staff. Who reckons that would be a good idea? No staff. And anyone else can think of, without having your own, what are some of the benefits that you think that of taking a business online would be? Flexibility, yep. What else? No risk, low risk, yep. Low capital. Location is what? Anywhere. It's on your phone, it's on your Mac, it's wherever you are. What about a shop that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? You know, global. You know, so there's those and a lot of other different ones. No staff, as we mentioned. Automated systems. Once you sort of get the system going, someone will come to your shop front, even while you're asleep. There'll be someone in the world buying your stuff. They'll put in their details and they'll buy it, and they'll pay usually via PayPal or an automated payment system. Money goes into your bank, they get the product delivered or sent out to them, and that's all taken care of. That's one of the reasons that a lot of people do an internet business like that, because of that very thing, because of automated systems. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, as I said, all year round, right? All year round. And that's what a lot of people forget. They forget that the internet is so wide, right? And there's, just because we're asleep, not everybody else is. There's people buying. Mums and dads, mums in particular, are awesome shoppers. Who agree, mums? Any mums in the room? Or any chicks in the room that like to shop? Yeah. Oh, why? There's no... Okay, one girl in this whole crowd likes to shop. Okay, because the others have learned from Jamie that they've associated pain to spending. Is that right? And pleasure to saving. Right? Yeah, right. Okay, we all shop online, right? And people are buying online more than ever before, right? Who does banking online? Anybody? Right? We do everything online. We speak to our friends online. We post photos of our journeys online. Everything is done online, so why not get online yourself if you haven't got a business? No fixed location. We already had that. Unlimited worldwide market. You're able to target niche markets, right? High profit margins up to 100% in most cases. Instant delivery most times, particularly the information age, or the internet is mainly about information. People want to know information in the form of, tell me what they want information, in what type of format do they want it? In manuals, yep, so they can download and read it as a PDF document. In videos, so that they can watch it. Remember, 40% of all the population are visual, yes? Right? So what are the other 40%? Audio, right? So you could do it in audio, which means that who's got a dictaphone? Or an iPhone, or a recording device. If you've got a subject, something you're passionate about, something you know a lot about, you're an authority on, then that's just another way of getting more content out there. It's recording it, getting it transcribed into a manual, recording the manual into a video. And then where would we put a video for people to see? YouTube. And there are many other places, other sites, as well as YouTube. So like all of our audios we can upload into, what's another thing where people download music or manuals? iTunes. Who's heard of iTunes? Right, so if you look at Jamie's stuff, he's got a bucket load of stuff. Most of it's in every format known to man. We can read it. We can see it on video and DVD. We can listen to it on iTunes. We've got a magazine, we can have all the different articles in that. We've got offline and we've got physical hard product. So what you need to do is just think differently of how people would like to receive your information. Right? And mine's predominantly talking about information. So today what we're going to do in the next 90 minutes, we're going to go through, I think I've cut it down to 89 minutes because 89 minutes is good, I think, right? So we're going to, how to find a product or service. Some of you have got businesses, have that already, right? So some of you in the car business, some of you carpet business, some of you sell tennis shoes or in a shoe shop. Florist, coffee shop, doesn't really matter. That's your business and that's your product. So some of the stuff for the people that have already got a business, if you may be going, oh, she's going to be talking about affiliate marketing and information products and digital products and things like that, plus many other things. However, you may want to consider, as I'm going through the presentation, the types of things that you want your webmasters to be doing or your internet marketers to be doing, right? So we'll go through how to find a product or service if you don't have one, right? How to find a product to market, and the main thing is actually how to get customers, how to get traffic to your website, right? We'll go through a module on outsourcing, where to get outsourcing, what types of jobs to actually outsource and how to outsource, what to look for, like the selection criteria, same as you would if you were buying real estate, you have a set selection criteria based on what you want. So I'll show you how to do that. So I want you to take lots of notes and try and keep up, because I am a speed internet, right? I'm internet fast today, so I just want to take as many notes. The audience will be able to rewind this and actually take those notes down. So if there's something that you find interesting, fantastic. If there's not, just leave and I'll meet you in 89 minutes downstairs. So the three elements of online business are these. These are the three elements. If you haven't got this right, it's not working. You need to have market knowledge, right? You need to know where the demand already is. So if you've got car tyres that you're selling, right, you need to find out where the biggest demand for that product is. Otherwise, it's like, the old adage of having the billboard in the desert, right? So traffic generation is the second element. So once you know where everyone's buying, then you've got to get people to buy it. And there's different methods of doing that. And then the third thing, which I think is most important, which is the residual income. You've found where the market is. You've got people there because you've spent a lot of time with different methods of getting people to your different websites or to your shop, your online shop. And there's no point doing that if you haven't got a reason for them to actually enter their details and buy it. Right? And then all that work that you may have spent maybe 6 months writing yourself and creating all this video content, marketing, advertising will go to waste because no one's actually putting their money in there. And that comes down to what, do you think? That comes down to a crappy website. That's what it comes down to. Who's been to a website, stay there for 2 seconds and bumped out of it? Even if it was a subject that you were looking for, but bumped out of it. Why did you bump out of it? Boring. Ugly. Cheap. Look cheap. Too slow to load. Too slow to load means you've got too much flashy stuff going on. So if you've got big flashy banners, it take, and remember that a mum sitting here in Melbourne is different to a teenage kid sitting in Siberia, right? The search and download and location is a big factor. So if you're trying to sell some kid a new iPod attachment, right, and you've got this big old sing and dance and flash on the front of it, wow, your website does look sexy, but no one's actually, God, it won't even load. So guess what? You go to the second search term in Google. Right, you've actually helped push them to your competition. So it's not always necessarily about the website. The website has to be clean and fresh. And when I arrive to my shop front or a shop, if it looks nice, I go, I'm going in. And I'll buy something. I'll buy some flowers, I'll buy coffee, whatever it is. It's the same online. So if you think exactly the same online, you want people to come. And even though you think it's sexy and awesome, What you do is you type in your competitor's name on Google and see what their shop looks like. Now, when I'm referring to shop, we know we're talking about their website, yeah? So on your website, you've also got to have a big call to action. Why would someone even bother coming and putting money into your account or entering their details into your website if you haven't given them a reason to? Right? So we'll go through how to extract that sort of information. Having good copywriters helps people with a good imagination. But if we have these three elements down, we know where the demand is, we then get traffic in lots of different ways, and we get money from it. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Who wants to hear that sound? Yeah. 3 of us? The rest? Excellent. All right. Okay. So there are 3 steps to making money online. 1 is finding a product. If you've got one, fantastic. 2 is driving traffic to your website. 3 is converting that web traffic into sales. That's the way to make money. So that's the end of my presentation. Who enjoyed that and learned something? Anybody? Okay, so that's it. Cool. Thank you for that. Round of applause. So find a product, drive traffic, and convert it. Okay, now, who does not have a product to sell? 1 person. Okay, excellent. A couple of people? Yeah, a couple of people. So this is for people if you don't have something, or you have something and you actually want to change it, right? So you can either create one yourself, right, or you can create a service. So if you're an authority on something, a sporting authority or cars or whatever it is, you can create an actual membership site and charge a monthly recurring fee, and people will come in and talk to you about it. Now, a friend of mine used to be an osteopath. He's just finished his job because he's actually earning more as an internet marketer. And what he does, this is only like last year, what he does now, because he's a university lecturer all on health and bone density, etc., he's actually decided to create a membership site, charge $500-600 a month for this, and people will come in, and that's where they learn all about bones and health. And so he's actually brought his university online to his website and charges a yearly or monthly subscription fee because he can get access to more people that have his specialised knowledge. So if you're good at trading, for example, and you want to get into that, well, then you would create a membership site based off what you're good at. Another way you can do it, you can acquire the rights to a product, like Jamie was saying before, like a white label product, or you can join an affiliate program. So step 1, find a product, create it. As I mentioned before, this could be in the form of a book, like Jamie's book when he first wrote that. That was sent out as a downloadable ebook. Now everybody can get that, and that book is for free. Now, whatever industry you're in right now, you may be able to provide a free report or top 10 guide to whatever your niche is, right? Something that people, when they go to the website, they don't have to straight away buy something, right? So some people think, okay, I've got a $500 product. I've got to actually put something on a website, and people will come with $500 in hand and buy it straight away. People don't do that. What you've got to do is you've got to think like you would think if you didn't have your business. Now, what that means is if you're a consumer sitting at home looking to buy your product, think like that consumer. Go in, type in the things into Google that you would actually look to find your stuff. When you get to your own website, look at it and go, would I actually put my name and email in there? Right? And if the answer is no, then adjust, test and measure. We'll outsource, we'll get someone who knows how to do it properly, and then do it again, and then revisit your own stuff. Right? So, because people, they have to be able to trust you enough for them to actually put their details in an opt-in box on your website for the free book, for the free report, for the free 30-minute training session, for the free massage, whatever it is. Right? So they need to be able to trust you enough to do that. Videos, the same thing. Home studies. So let's just use Jamie's book again. So he's made it as a e-book. It's then converted into a PDF document. People can hard copy it. It's then gone off to the printer to print out, right? Then he's created a series of videos on each of the chapters in here, right? So people can watch it where? At home, online. Yeah, so they can watch his stuff online. He's then created a home study series of DVDs and videos, which is now 140 hours long. He just keeps adding to it over the years. Every time his content changes, you keep adding to your product. And now enrolls people for, $4,000 or $5,000 for his home study programs, right? Because that's what I did when I was in the army. I actually enrolled into his course while I was sitting at home. I just typed in how to make money, how to retire, how to get, wealthy, all of those things that mums and dads and everybody is actually doing at home. They're using Google to find you, right? They're using Google to find where you are. Typed it in, found Tupperware, Melaleuca, Avon parties, sexy lingerie parties, all of these things where, mums could make money. And then I found this guy's book and I went, okay, that looks all right, I'll read it, I'll download it. He had some really good, strong calls to action that made me actually trust him enough, a farmer that I didn't know anything about, and put my details in. So much so, then a week later, I pulled up my credit card and paid $5,000 for it. Do you reckon that website worked its ass off? Oh, I better beep that one out. Do you reckon? Do you think it did? Who agrees with me? If I've come to a website and I've downloaded a book and a week later I've taken $5,000, do you reckon that he's doing something right? Who agrees? Yeah, exactly, of course. And not only me, and then obviously thousands of people from there. From there, the strategies within that home study, I'm now a trader, I trade Forex and futures, and I teach people how to do the same, and I run internet businesses purely because I love it, right? And I don't have a product and I don't have a service. I'm an affiliate marketer, right? Because one, I'm a mother and I've got a husband, right? And they all take a lot of your time, as they should, right? So create the product, create the service. If you're an expert at something, tell people you are. Let them come to your site, charge them $5, $10 a month recurring, $29 a month recurring. Charge them for your service, right? Or if you don't have either of those, join an affiliate program. Now, affiliate programs aren't as sexy as having your own, big business. However, once you learn how to do something once right, and then you start charging, starts off at $50, builds up to $100, $500, and then you could be charging people $500 a month for a membership site with, say, 1,500 people after 18 months. Do you reckon that'd be a good residual income monthly? Exactly. So it doesn't matter if you're selling BMWs and you're the owner and CEO of that company. You could just be a kid staying at home that's done a heap of videos on how to ride a skateboard and selling it for $5 or $10. But people around the world are downloading that, right? So business is business to me. That's how I see it. Okay, so affiliate programs. A good thing about affiliate programs, all you're doing is referring people, right? You're referring people to products and they get paid a commission, right? And you do nothing. You don't have to look after the people because the company does. They all go back into the original company. It's just like a spotter's fee. You receive the commission. You don't have to worry about payments. You don't have to worry about customer service issues. It all just goes back into them. So that's what I do. I promote companies and programs of mainly products that I've worked and has worked for me, and products that I think that a lot of people need to know. So the first element, remember the first element was market research. So we need to see what people are buying firstly. So the types of products that we as a consumer want are mainly these products that target desperate buyers, right? Now, I don't mean to sound insensitive, but this is the way it works. Because desperate buyers will what? They'll buy it. They'll absolutely buy it. So they've got to be desperate for your product, whatever it is. Products that are usually information-based because the internet was built on content, right? So we need products that people can read about your subject, whether it's cars, whether it's lawnmowers, whether it's scrapbooking, whether it's becoming a professional tennis player. It has to be information-based. Products that never date, preferably. And that's what information, it changes and all you do is update it. So products that don't date are what people want. Products that have multiple purchases and preferably recurring income. So we need to find what people want. More importantly, what people are actually willing to pay good money for. Okay, so who has ever come up with an idea? Who comes up with ideas all the time of great products? Right, we all do, but the thing is we've got to actually cap them. We've got to just keep them in a bag on the side, right? Until we work out if the people want our good idea. Ideas that people are willing to pay for, the solution. Now that's a big market, that's a big demand. If you've got an ailment or a problem, people will buy it pretty much straight away if you can solve it in any form. If you either tell them how to do it, they read how to do it. Because even now, even internet marketers will get online and work out what is the next best software to do X, Y, Z, which is the fastest way I can, extract information from a spreadsheet and put it into my CRM. Whatever it is, people want that quick fix. Okay? It's a solution. Now, these are information products, right? Okay, so these are like standard hot selling stuff online. It's not only niche health information products, such as hemorrhoids, acne cures, right? Sports training products, right? This is what people want to buy. This is the stuff that people are buying all the time. The how-to products, like how to improve your golf swing as such, how to ride a skateboard, how to cook, how to change a tyre, how to download a YouTube video and put it on a Mac, whatever it is. How-tos, everyone needs to know how to. So in your industry, if you're skilled, or even if it's in your hobby, if it's a hobby that you love and you think you could share that information, or you could show people how to play tennis properly, for example, they will buy that, because if they like your website, they like your content, which is a video of you doing a whole backhand or forearm, whatever it is, swing, forward swing, how to hold yourself, right? You show them step-by-step demonstration of how to do that particular thing, they'll download it. Now, you only need to charge $5 or $10, but people will download it everywhere, not just here in Melbourne, okay? It is everywhere. People in India, people in China, hobbies. People are buying hobbies all the time because it gives them pleasure, right? It's something we love to do. We don't have to work, so what do? Our hobby, don't we? We go out sailing, we go tennis, we go to watch a sporting event, we go to a concert because it gives us pleasure. People want to buy anything related to our hobbies, okay? So they're the things we want to target people, things that people already do in their spare time. They're the hottest selling, and that's where you can make a lot of money as an affiliate marketer if you don't currently have a product. So that's where you start thinking, okay, what am I good at? Who here is good at something in this room? Hands up high if you're good at something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're not good at putting your hands up, that's for sure. So you're very shy, most of you. I would write a book on shyness and how to overcome, being shy in a crowd. The thing is, we're all really good, we're actually brilliant at something. We are. Who's a good mother? Hands up. Who's a good father? Who's a good friend? Who can play a musical instrument? Who plays a sport? Who knows all about cars? Who knows about makeup and hairdressing? So that Goro above all. But that's the thing, we're all good at something. So if you step back and looked at what you're really good at and how you can monetize from it, you can make a lot of money from that. Okay? Impulse problems that need a quick fix right now. They're fast selling. So have you ever been online, or you've done something at home, or you're trying to plug a new piece of equipment together, or something happens and you go, oh God, I know, where's the manual? You can't be bothered looking for the manual. I go straight to YouTube, right? I go to YouTube and I say, how do I, and my thing a year or so ago was I couldn't actually download a YouTube video, and I wanted to actually save it on my computer. But it wouldn't let me save it, it just let me view it. I actually wanted to not steal it, but borrow it, and I was going to give it back to YouTube later. Right? So, but it really bugged me because I had to keep winding it. So what I did is I went to YouTube and I said, how do I download a YouTube video and save it onto my Mac? Then suddenly there's people out there that have created a ton of videos exactly answering my question. So I would go to their video, I would watch it, their video would tell me, and then the video, at the end of the video was, what do you think? What would have been at the end of the video? A call to action. Get me to buy it. First one I bought, it was like $7, some software extractor program, and plugged it in. Right? And that's all it was. I just had to download a little piece of software that actually did it. It cost me like $7 or $8. But it was a quick fix. It was instant. And I don't think I'm the only one who's ever typed that term in. Right? So that dude's probably makes 100 sales a day, maybe more. Remember, the video traffic in YouTube is like 60-70% of all YouTube traffic now. People are, if you haven't got your stuff online, which we'll talk a little bit about video marketing after, but if you haven't got your stuff online where people can see what you do or what you have, then you're not actually targeting the market that's out there. right? Because there's a bucket load of people searching for your stuff. How to solve. Who here is a geek? Come on, we love geeks. They're our best friends. We always have a couple in the room, you know. So geeks know how to solve the best problems because they're the fastest. Those dudes make a lot of money from their current skill already. Okay, so once you've found a product, you've got to find out where do people search for these actual products, what countries they're searching, what state, what town, what cities are most popular for your product. So always keep in mind what your product is, right? Okay, so remember, mine's mainly focused on those people who don't have a product, but if you've already got a product, this is what your guys need to be looking at. What cities are popular, what time of the year is most popular? Is a current event going to affect the results of your product? Now, we use what is known as Google Trends. You can just go into Google and just type in the word trends, and it just looks like that. Now, what that allows you to do is actually type in your product and see where people are actually buying it. Right, so in this regard, I've just typed in the keyword fishing. Right, so I've got a fishing store, and I've typed in fishing, and I want to see where most people are searching or buying fishing products. Right, and who can read what it says? Who's the most region that are searching for fishing? NZ, right? That's where all the fish are, okay? And that's where all the fishermen are buying their stuff. The next one's Australia, then South Africa, then United States. But in there, on the right-hand side, what it does, so for example, in Australia, it is Brisbane where most fishing items are sold. So do you think it'd be a better idea to actually target your marketing campaign to Brisbane as opposed to Melbourne? Right? You'd still get people from Melbourne. Now, I'm talking about online businesses, right? The same as Auckland. You would, in New Zealand, you would target mainly Auckland over everything else. So if you're looking at keywords or advertising for fishing, I would base just off those stats, and I'm in New Zealand, I would go fishing tackle, Auckland, right? Fishing rods, Auckland. Auckland fishing rods. Fishing rods for men in Auckland. Fishing rods for women in Auckland. Children's fishing rods, Auckland. You see what I mean? If you just, because remember, the fisherman, the fisherman is sitting at home on Google going, oh God, I need some tackle. Or I need a box with fish stuff in it. Hooks and sinkers and lines and... Tackle box, thank you. Yeah, so I was getting there. So, but that's what he's typing in. And if he just types in fishing, then you'll have 1 million searches come up. As soon as you niche it down, fishing boxes, where am I? I live in Auckland, okay, Auckland, right? You niche it down. Actually, I only want a small one for my child, so I'm just looking for a child's one. So the thing is, every time a consumer's online and they're typing it in and they're niching it down to exactly where you want to go to, your shop should be there when that search term comes up. Right, good coffee in Melbourne. If I want a good coffee and I'm going into the city, I'll type in good coffee, Melbourne City CBD. And the best coffee shops will come up. So then straight away, I don't go to the crappy ones. I'll just go straight to where I want a nice, good coffee, you know, or good parking, Melbourne next to great coffee. You know, whatever I want. Who here types exactly what they want into Google? Yeah, most of us do. We don't just go, okay, good coffee, because it's like, you know, we need to expand it, but also drill down specifically. So when you're marketing and advertising, that's exactly what you guys and gals have got to do. You're going to market specifically to your audience. Right, so use Google Trends. It's a great place to actually research. And just, who thinks that knowing that sort of research would be pretty important stuff to know? Yeah, because you want to know where people are shopping, where they are, right, what they're buying. Other places that you can visit to see what people are buying. One shop is brilliant, which is eBay. Who's ever heard of eBay? Who's ever bought anything from eBay? Who hasn't, exactly. Right, eBay, 99% of all eBay users are actual buyers. There's only like 1, maybe 2% now are actual sellers of eBay. So that means out of all the people around the world that are buying millions or billions of stuff from an eBay shop or an eBay store, 99% of the population are actually buying it. Only 2% are sellers. So those people have got a book. Now, I used to, because I'm a business partner of 21st Century, I bought the franchise, the license a few years ago, right? I get paid a commission to enrol people into or refer people to the company, okay? So that's my internet business, right? So what I did is I knew Damney's product. This was his product. So I didn't have an eBay store. I didn't know anything about eBay. I just watched the videos because most of these places have a how-to. You just watch them, right? If you can read and write and you've got a little bit of intelligence, you'll probably get it right. Right, so I watched the videos and I put the books up. I sold them for like $5, $10, $20 a book, right? And those people, anyone who downloaded or bought the book from eBay, right, it wasn't about me selling the book and making a profit, making $5 or $10 profit from the book. It was actually the paid lead I was getting. So I was actually getting paid for later on for a percentage of these people to enrol into the program, right? So that was what the whole thing was about. And I made quite a lot of clients from just having some of Jamie's stuff on an eBay store, right? So eBay, you can look into eBay, eBay Pulse, Amazon. Do you reckon a lot of people around the world buy stuff from Amazon? Yep. We can download music, we can get books, we can get videos, we can get toys, we can get apparel, we can get everything from now what used to be just a bookstore. Right? This big bookstore is now a big everything store. Right? So if you go into Amazon.com, drop down in the categories, you can see how many people around the world are actually buying from that particular category. Right, so if you're in the books section or you've got some information that would fall under that category, you can see the amount of people and where they're buying it from. Right, so there's another way to find. ehowmagazines.com. Magazines is a great website because that's where you can actually see how to use good magazines market, the headlines they use, the copyright they use. Better Homes and Gardens website. All of these have got places that people are buying stuff all the time. So your internet marketers, they should be actually researching some of these sites to see what people are already buying. MyGoals.com, PayPal.com, it's got PayPal shops. You can see what people are buying at the PayPal shops. Now remember, most payment is paid for internet marketing businesses is from PayPal. Right, straight away enter the details. And there's plenty of other places, Google Hot Trends. Facebook, who's heard of Facebook? Facebook groups, create groups about your product, your niche. Get your clients to join you or like your group page and start marketing through that. Facebook is just, it overtook Google last year, number 10, 2010, as the highest ranking website. And the most searched for, most users go to Facebook now as number one over Google. Twitter is the same thing. You've got 148 characters to sit there and tell everybody the flavour of your milkshake that you're having on a Sunday morning with your boyfriend, right? And people read that stuff, or you market it, okay? So even if you do have a shop that sells other products, hard products, you can still tell your audience this is just ways of getting more. Yahoo groups, join Yahoo groups about your content, your niche, right? YouTube, we all know YouTube. As I said, 60-70% of all online traffic is through YouTube watching. Now, do you reckon that if Oprah.com. So Oprah came over recently, right? What you need to think of is how can you market your product and ride off Oprah's tail, right? So normally whatever Oprah is reading, right, the rest of the women, 70% of the women around the world are reading the same thing, right? So you need to work out what Oprah's on and then get on the same stuff, okay, what she's reading, what she's doing. MySpace. eHow is a great website. This will teach you exactly how to do everything. Right, so there's different categories. You can browse what the top how-tos are, right? What the top how-tos are. So this is all really great information to see what people are already buying. So this is today's top 10. I just did a screen capture today. So this is what people are actually typing into Google, right? And then people are creating products off it. How to change startup programs in Windows 7. How to make a graph using Excel. How to take minutes at a business meeting, how to make a crock pot pork roast, and so on, right? How to edit a PDF document, how to repair cracks in a dashboard, how to know if someone is lying. Who reckons they could write on something like that, right? Because people are actually buying this stuff. They're buying it as a video, an audio, a PDF, right? You just have to be, if you know how to do one of those, this is how many, the reason it's made a top 10 is because people are buying this stuff. They're buying the book on, how to repair a crack in a dashboard. It might be just a video of a guy talking about it and his girlfriend sitting there with her iPhone and she's videoed it, right? And he's selling it for $4 or $5. How much do we pay for an iTunes app? Who's ever downloaded an app? $1.99, $2.99, that's the average. And we do it without even thinking, right? My children do especially, right? Kids are great. Kids are great for parents' pockets, right? And a new app will come out, a new app, and a kid will just see this flashy, this angry bird doing this thing, $5.99, $5.99, $5.99, some other app, $5.99, $1.99. And then sometimes I see some $13.99s, and then sometimes I see some $29.99s. So they're pretty cluey because iTunes is starting to actually get more people that are paying higher, especially if the kid first come on a $1.99 app and got 50 of those suckers, and now they're building up. So children at a very young age are learning how to spend real quick, right? Exactly. Passwords. Yeah, but they know how to crack into those suckers. They do. They go to YouTube and say, how do I crack into my mum's Mac? Children own the internet. Who agrees with that? Children have built it, they've created it. Look at Facebook. He was a child, wasn't he? Right? So children are the way of the world, and they're the ones making all the money from this stuff, and they will in the future because everything, their spare time and everything is spent online. Look at that game. I reckon I could build a better sword. I can knock that man off the brick wall faster. I might do an app for that and charge, right? Kids know how to do it, so you need to really listen to kids. Now, other things, magazines. Go into your newsagents and have a look at magazines, because what it'll do, it'll show you all the current magazines. It'll show you what the latest hot topics are. Now, these have already been researched, so it takes all that research out of it. So if a magazine's promoting it, right, and they've spent thousands doing it, right, you just write on that. You look at all of the headlines in a magazine. Headlines that you could use for your own marketing. So if you're marketing offline on a newspaper, for example, right, that's just one of your avenues. Then you could look at for the headlines if you see your product similar. So like these are just screenshots of different magazines, Business Week, Forbes, Cosmopolitan, right? So when you're next at a newsstand, just sit there. Don't just sit there and look at the girly section, right, because your girlfriend will probably nab you. But look at all of the other magazines that are around. So we're looking at these headlines. What would make me go and pick that magazine up over a bucket load of other similar magazines? Yes, sex, obviously boobs, they also sell. Who agrees? Who reckons they sell? Yeah? Okay, so something on that magazine made me pick that up over all of the other women's magazines. The same as this. Something in this magazine would make me pick it up over the others. So look at their headlines. Okay, 50 style and steals fashion, beauty and home. Easy, sexy makeup trends. So what you do is you pull out the makeup keyword and you put your product term in it. Does that make sense? Easy, sexy gardening trends. Easy, sexy lawn mowing trends, if that's what you guys do, right? Whatever, but that's what you do. That's all you do. It's really, really simple. You just look at what's going on already and you just do the same, right? You're just using some of theirs. And there's lots of different ones. So if you're into photography, see they're all hobby related. Things that give us pleasure, things that we love to do in our spare time. So you just how-to tips, right? And all you do is you're just changing the keyword for your product, changing their keyword for your keyword. Because as I said, they've already spent thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars researching the covers and the keywords and the catchphrases that already work. So why even bother trying to make up your own? Who agrees with that? Right? Who learned to copy at school? Yeah, we all did. So just copy it. Just change the keyword. You can massage it around though. Men's health, right? So that all of these keywords, advertising, headlines, you just have a look at it. Just pay, I call it situational awareness, sensory acuity that Jamie refers to, and it's the same thing. When you're in that shop, just be aware of what made you actually go, there's hundreds of magazines in a stand. What made you actually go and pick that one up? Why did you pick that one up over every other magazine? And then go, okay, and ask yourself that question. And then refer it back to your own product. Okay, how can I make that consumer do what I just did to her magazine? Does that make sense? Right, that's how you think. Golf, just more examples. Tips, make pro contact, how to hit it solid every time. All right, so it's just a matter of changing them. Other places, what's popular? eBay searches. As I said before, 99% of people are buyers, 2% are sellers. So if they fall in these categories, what people are buying, right? So you can join affiliate programs to see whatever the hottest is, right? You can do an affiliate program for all about iPhones, right? Or laptops or vehicles. You know, there's a lot of affiliate programs or a lot of companies that are willing to pay a referral fee for you to promote their stuff. It's like who's heard of a spotter's fee? Yep. Big companies. Even if you don't want to join a small affiliate program, the concept is the same. You still do the same thing. You could go into Google and type in your niche, what you're interested in, affiliate program. So if it's cars plus affiliate program. And all of these big companies will come up and they'll pay you good money. You know, I know a guy that has made a lot of money from just selling, referring buyers to a luxury yacht company, right? Because they wanted more outside international buyers, right, for their beautiful yachts. I don't know what a yacht's worth, millions, yeah? So they would just do a big marketing campaign, have photos and images of what the guy had, and then promoted it. And he would get, you know, 5 or 6K every time someone bought one, right? So, you know, it works effectively the same. So other product ideas are you could notice opportunities, what's going on in the papers, watching TV, looking at the headlines, asking yourself, why do they who's watched those, who stayed up later than midnight and they're not actually out? They're actually at home on the lounge. What do we have at night time that comes on after midnight? Infomercials, right? What do you reckon they put them on at night time for? To bore people? Cheap airtime? But what's another reason? They're the buyers. They're the people who buy. So the people that are staying up late, they got nothing to do. They don't want to go to bed yet, right? They don't want to go to bed yet, so they'll watch TV, right? The others, they're waiting for the US market, so we know that the market opens at 1:30. We're just waiting to trade, so we might as well buy something, right? Proactive or some new mop that actually mops up the children and everything, right? But we'll buy it, right? The breastfeeding mums that are staying up watching TV all night, they just sit there, they've got their remote, they've got their phone, you know, and they've got normally their credit card. So whatever comes on repetitive over and over and over, we'll buy it. And it's $1 billion industry because it works. So look at their closes, their catchphrases, their calls to action. What makes that woman get off the lounge and walk to her wallet and pull a credit card out and buy something that she's probably already got 15 versions of? You know what I mean? Does that make sense to people? Yeah? What's popular, what's news, as I mentioned before, what's big right now, as Jamie said before. You know, we know that the US property market, the foreclosures are a big subject, right? So work out how you could spin your advertising, your marketing into what is currently big, right? So remember you remember the GFC, we all do. And remember the government stimulus package, who remembers that? It was like $800, right? So we would change our marketing tactic on Google, like our pay-per-click advertising, to focus around that. You know, things like, for example, if the keyword is stimulus package, we knew that everyone was typing that in, right? How to make money from the stimulus package. Use your stimulus package to improve your financial education, blah, blah, blah. Make sense? Right? So just write, like the Grand Prix, you know, anything that's coming into Australia, Branson, Oprah, right? A lot of people made a lot of money from Oprah while she was here because they used that power as leverage. You can join forums and discuss your stuff on message boards. And we've gone through groups. So that's pretty much, you know, as fast as I could possibly do it, all right, was the first one, was finding the market. And they're just some of the tips of where to find where people are actually buying, right? So, okay, we know that. We know where they're buying. Now it's time to find a product or a service. As I said, for those people who've already got a product, that's fantastic. And this is for people who don't have one, that don't want to have one. Like I don't want a product because I actually don't want the customers, I don't want the customer service, and I don't want money issues, and I need to see my family, right? 20 years in the army was plenty for me, right? Because I don't want to actually look after people, right? I don't really care about people. Of course I do. I'm a soldier, right? Of course I do. But that's the thing. I actually don't want to nurture them and look after them anymore. I would much rather you pay me to send people to you and you look after them. That's what I prefer, because that's my choice. So for people like that, or people who are just plain lazy, right, you can market other people's products and you can earn really good commissions. As I said, some companies will pay $5,000, $10,000 depending on what they've got. It's probably like a real estate agent selling real estate. They're going to get a big commission from that, right? So you can do joint ventures with those people and get a cut of that because you're going to market better. Hey, an interesting thing, I remember when I sold my Perth house not so long ago, that's where I made my $1 million and put it in the bank. Cash, printed out, went to the ATM, pulled out $100, and I just wanted to see all those zeros, right? Thanks to Jamie, that was achievable. But I paid $1,600 to realestate.com, one for the guy to come and take photos, right? Then I paid another $5,000 for someone to put furniture in my house, right? Because I was already moved. Then I paid, I don't know, all up was about $8,000 just to get my house onto real estate so people would buy it faster. Right, because it was in a market where it was an expensive house, so it only really appealed to probably 5% of the Perth market at that time. So I knew that there was houses on that website for nearly a year. They were asking for a similar price to me. So I used to go through all their houses, online, have a look at their images, and I went, okay, I think I could get a better images and, have more shots of distance and pools and, things that represent making you feel good when you look at the image, right? So, and also what I did is I just did a marketing campaign, right? I gave her the keywords that I wanted her to use, not just, 5-bedroom house, pool for sale, great location, I wanted something that makes people look at my house over everybody else's. Even though there were some houses that were a lot younger than mine. My house was 25, 30 years old, but it was a beautiful, big old house. But all of these big, beautiful houses were always getting more clients. So, I just got them to do some really great headlines. We put it up on, and I did just different content, the wording, the description of the house, and I related it more to how a parent would feel, bringing their children into that. So I actually took them on a little journey, a paragraph that big, right? And when I got there, right, we put the house up on the market on the Monday on realestate.com, and I had 4 or 5 offers on the Wednesday, and I took the next offer on the Friday. So a week, and I was off. And I did drop the price, 20 grand less than everybody else that had the same sort of house. So it sold straight away, only because I knew what people wanted, right? How to actually get them to look at mine over the competition, right? But it's all relatable, yeah? Who agrees? Is it relatable? Yeah, it relates the same. Right, so you can do affiliate marketing. As I said, it costs you nothing, and it just works similar to this. You have a product, you get a link, which is a full-blown website. You get it instantly because they've got millions of them made up. They're just landing pages, templates. You just refer people to that website through different methods. They buy or download the free product, and a percentage of them will go up and continue to buy from you. That's all it is. It's just a referral program. All the clients go into the company, not to the affiliate marketer, and you get paid a commission. Now, most of the affiliate programs are information ones, most of the ones online, right, which are books, courses, downloadable products. And they work straight off commission. Magazines, travel, pet care. ClickBank is one of the largest sources of information for these products, and also a website called Commission Junction. So you can go onto these websites and there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of products the companies put up there because they want a mountain of people to promote their business or do the selling for them. So if you've got mountains of people actually promoting your product, isn't that better than just paying 4 or 5 salespeople $1 million a year just to sell a third of that? Right? If you've got a sea of affiliates overseas just pumping traffic to your site, then obviously you're in a better position. So it looks something like this. I won't waste too much time on this, but you can just go to ClickBank, you can go to Marketplace, And there's all different categories in there. So you find, this goes back to the things that you're good at, right? If you're good at sport, you're good at cooking, you're a good parent, right? Whatever you are really good at, you just have a look at the categories, right? It's got business, you've got health and fitness. So even if you are a business owner and you actually want other people to promote your company, you could actually register your products in ClickBank, and then they will find a sea of people to sell it for you, right? So health and fitness, income, family, sports, recreation. So there's a lot of categories. So we look in there and we go, okay, I'm really good at, just say this category, right? And what you do is you look for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the top programs that people are buying already, daily. It's a bit hard. So the top one says new sales pitch and it's a book or something, but the sale is $32, right? That's how much money you're going to make every time someone downloads that, right? The next one, which is one of the biggest ailments, panic away and anxiety. Third one, oh, that's obvious, penisadvantage.com. $59 a sale, right? Because obviously there is a massive issue in it for America with this ailment, right? So if you know about this particular subject, then you could get paid nearly $60. It could be a downloadable book, it may be a video, maybe just advice on something, right? So you can go into ClickBank in any one of those and find amazing stuff. They'll give you a website. So as soon as you click on, it says create hop link. That's your website. You click on that and you'll see the sales page, right? You'll see the sales page and it'll have a tracking code on the end, right? And that's unique to you. So you keep that tracking code, right? Keep that tracking code and then refer people to it. And every time someone buys, away you go.
So you create another website?
No, they create it. So what I'll do is I'll show you a quick example right now. So, okay, let's just have a look at this. A lot of people have seen this already, right? My son was 2 at this stage. He got double bounced off the trampoline by his older brother, right? And he broke his little leg. But he loves Beyonce, right? So we just filmed him dancing around. So there's no real sound, but he's just dancing, right? It's just cute. People get on YouTube, oh, a baby with a broken leg. See the keywords? Dancing baby. Dancing baby, the reason I targeted it for this back then is because remember that internet white dancing baby was doing this? All the kids were downloading it, right? And the keyword was dancing baby. So I went, okay, I'm going to use the same keyword. Beyonce's Single Lady came out at exactly the same time, right? Everyone loves Beyonce. Okay, so I used those keywords and I went dancing baby with broken leg. Do you reckon you'd read that if you knew that there was a baby dancing with a broken leg, right? So a lot of people did. Okay, so there's this crazy little kid dancing around, right? 52,000 people watched it. Now, what I did, okay, not only was I looking at a headline that would convert, right? I also looked at other dancing baby videos, right, and saw the headlines that they used. Some have got millions of people reading it, right? Then what I did is I went to ClickBank and I thought, okay, how can I make some money off my son's broken leg? Right? That's what I did. Not how can I make money, I said, how can my son make money? So what I did is I went to ClickBank, I found an affiliate program, which was this. So all I've done is put the link at the bottom of the video. A percentage of people will click on it and see where it goes to. And if they buy whatever this dude's selling, well, then that's fantastic. So that's searching somehow, somewhere. Here it is loading. Got a slow internet here anyway, but we'll come back to that. Okay. This is what it was. So if I press that hop link in ClickBank, this is what would appear straight away. You don't have to wait for it to be built. It's already created. And this has just got a unique tracking code. I'll just shut this guy. So up the top, it's just got letsdancelouis.com. It's got a question mark and a hop and luxury Lou, right? So that's my unique tracking code, right? So when they go in there, they watch this funny little kid doing a video. If they click on it, they go and have a look at this provider, this business, who's got a series of dancing DVDs, right? They'll read it, the nice long sales page. I didn't have to do anything with this sales page, right? It was already created. And then down the bottom, smack bang, $99.97, right? That's how much someone will buy that for. Now out of that, Rain gets $26 of it, right? So Rain now gets probably maybe $100 or $200 a month, right? So that's all right.
So they are buying it off that?
Yeah, but it takes a while. YouTube will give it 3 months, right? And depends on how much traffic you've got. If you've just got the video up, and that's just for having the video up. I actually didn't do any major campaign. I did it as an experiment, right? So, there's a good way to give your kids pocket money. Who agrees? Anybody? Yeah? So this is just fun stuff. This is just stuff that you can do, So okay. So the first point is what? What was the first thing we had to do? What are the first element of internet business? Market research. So where would we find our buyers? Who can remember some of the things we just covered? Google Trends, yep, we can see what people are buying. Where are some of the other things that we can look for where the demand is? Newspapers, magazines, eBay, Opera, yeah, all of those things. Okay, so we've seen our market, we know the demand now, and now here are some of the things we can generate traffic to these websites, right? Because this is the people that will eventually convert. Now, we've all been to Google, and you type in your keyword up there, and you'll normally see, I apologise for the clarity of these screens, it's a bit fuzzy there. But on the right-hand side and the top left, it's normally sponsored links. Now, that's called pay-per-click advertising. So anyone, you advertise, it can range from anywhere from 50 cents an ad, right, to $50 an ad, right, which is a lot cheaper than a newspaper. So what you do is you would type your AdWord in there, start an AdWord campaign. Anyone who clicks on that, you have to pay it. Right, so this is where you're paying for it. So the idea is you want to have a really great headline. You want to tell them straight up what you've got to sell, and hopefully, if your ad converts, then they'll buy something. Okay, so this is where you advertise. Now, this here on the left-hand side, who knows what this section's called? Yeah, this is free. This is organic traffic. Right, so when you are at home on Google, just yourself typing in, just say you want to buy a new set of hair rollers, right? Men, a new set of barbecue tongs, right? When you type it in, do you mainly go for the organic side or you go for the ads? Yep, so most people are going for those ads because, one, as a business owner, it's great because it's free. So the only way you get it free is, who knows how to get your traffic free there? Who would like free advertising for their business? Over and over and over again. Right, initially you'll have to start off there. Which company, here, is there anyone in this room that their company has a big Google campaign going? Not many, or you're all too shy? Okay. For those people who don't know, if you have, you can get people to build that, right? Start advertising using these headlines. Now remember, the headlines that I'll use for this is I'll have a look at what is already in a magazine stand, right? Or I'll have a look at my competitors and what they're promoting and actually borrow some of their headlines to use on my marketing. If I am marketing in the newspaper at the Sunday Sun Herald or the Weekend Australian, for example, which is like that thick, and a lot of people read that because everyone's got their time off and they're having a coffee by the park and they're reading that paper, right? And you are still doing a lot of offline marketing. Your product, whatever it is brilliant, right? And if you're using that, type your product range, whatever it is, tyres, for example, into Google and then see what the ads for each of these are for your product, right? And then use those ads that are on Google into your offline marketing, into your newspaper ads. How much is newspaper ads these days? Thousands, aren't they? Thousands of dollars. Google's free. You type just say I'm selling motorbike tyres. That's my product. I'm Mr. Bow Repair, right? Motorbike tyres. So I type in motorbike tyres. I have a look, Motorbike Tyres Australia. I have a look at all of the ads that everybody else is using. I sit there and pick the ad that actually made me want to click on it. Does that make sense? And then I use that headline and put that straight into Sunday's paper. It's already converted because how many pages on one keyword are on Google? How many pages? Remember these buttons down the bottom? It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it goes next. It brings the next 50 pages, the next 60, 70, 80 pages. These dudes made it to page 1. And they didn't make it page 1 because they got crappy headlines, did they? They've already converted, so just use those. Who reckons that's a cool tip? Give me a clap for that one. I did that also because I could see some nodders. So Google, yeah. So you want to actually type in, you as the consumer, have a look at what everyone else is doing. While you're there, click on your competitors' websites and say, no, I'm out of there, or yep, I'd actually buy their tyres from that website because I like theirs better than me. What made you look in the top right corner? What colour was their buy button? Was it black? Was it blue? Was it orange? What colour was this? What colour was that? There's a lot of things that can make a massive, I'm talking massive difference to your own business and whether a client stays there long enough. You can have a website, you can get a website called crazyegg.com, and what you do is you pay a fee, and what that does, that's a heat map that sits over top of your website. And what it does, it comes up with 1 million dots, and it comes up where the people are on, what page they're on. So if you've got a website with 15 different pages, products, product launches, dates, seminars, whatever it is, you can see straight away there's a heat map of where all your traffic is going. If they're not going to the other pages, get rid of them, right? And then when you're in that page, what it'll do, it'll bring up 100 million little red dots of people, the area or the content or the article or the video that they're actually watching the most. The rest of the stuff you just dump. Make sense? So then what you're doing is just filtering for just awesomeness, pure awesomeness. Say pure awesomeness. Who feels awesome? Excellent, thanks honey, good girl. Pure awesomeness. Oh, sorry. Crazy Egg. Crazyegg.com. And it's not my product. And I'm not an affiliate, okay, to that. So that's pretty much, that's pretty much Google. And getting on here, as I said, you either pay on that side or this side in the left-hand side is free. And I'll show you ways to get free. All right, so let's quickly just get onto Google, have a quick squeezo now. Google, I've got a Google up. All right, so there's fishing and different trends. Right there, that's today. It's back Wellington, Canterbury, Auckland. So while that's searching, okay, so for example, I've typed this one in already. I'll just close that one. So just say, I'm a music teacher and I teach people how to play the piano, right? So if I was a mother at home looking for lessons, right, most people just go into, can everyone see that? Let me just try and make this bigger. Google lessons, so Google, and type in piano lessons. Now up here you've got 5,400,000 searches for that, right? But because I'm in Melbourne, I want Melbourne. I've been here a while. Melbourne, right? Piano lessons, Melbourne. Okay, so then obviously I'm drilling down and getting more specific. So now there's only 226,000 searches of results of web pages. So just say I wanted kids piano lessons because it's for my child. All right, and I'd chunk it down even further. Okay, so when you're doing that, remember that people will type all of these things in. Now, I will have a look at these. Okay, so we've got one in Melbourne. Okay, and I'll have a look over to the right-hand side, find something near me. Anything that says Melbourne, like I would probably click on this one because it's got kids piano lessons now. Now means quick, do it now. And most people like me would go, okay, and we will. A lot of people do that. Now is a good word to use, all right? Get it, selling fast, final days. There's only 4 left. Yeah, who uses that in their marketing now? Oh, come on. Everyone, let's hope so. Okay, so look, up to 90% off. Dreaming, right? Top 5 piano courses. So these are my competitors. I would just click on whatever. But down here, on the left-hand side, the organic side, is where I want to be rated. Now, I want to be rated not only for the term keyword piano lessons, but also for kids piano lessons in Melbourne, right? I want to own all of those. I want those, okay? Kids piano lessons in Melbourne, right? Because I want to own page. I want every single one of these things to go to my article, my video, my website, my blog, my Facebook page, my everything. I don't want to just own 1 and 2. I want to own the whole front 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. Right till they have to go next, and there's still my shop. And still my shop. You know what I mean? Because what'll happen then if I own pretty much all of those spaces? They have to go there, there's nowhere to go. Right? Nowhere else to go. Because they think there's no other competition in Melbourne. So I must be good. Now, I got sucked in not so long ago. I went to a hairdresser. I live in Williamstown, right? Beautiful little place in Melbourne, right on the water. And I had to go, we went to the Caribbean with Jamie and all our team. And I went and got my hair done, right? It took me 10 hours sitting in there. And I typed in hair plaits, hair braiding Melbourne, right? So Melbourne City came up, all of these things come up. Okay, hair braiding Melbourne Williamstown, nothing. Okay, nowhere, right? I had to go whoop-de-whoop miles away, like Bentley, somewhere over that side. But that from Williamstown, that's like an hour, right, in traffic. Took me forever, right? So, but because I was in a hurry, you know, I probably could have gone into the city, but then I thought about traffic, and then I thought about this, so I just went, okay, the fastest route for me is on the highway straight to Bentley. That was my decision process, right? And the thing is, this woman's shop was in the first front page, the whole page of Google, all sorts of things. So she's got a really good internet marketer. I go to the shop, right? There's this beautiful African girl, which gives me instant gratification because, okay, cool. Last chick who did it was white, right? And she really just took about 15 hours. I knew that the Africans would take about 6 or 7 hours, right? So straight away I felt confidence. Walked in the shop. That was all that was good about that shop. Right? Like she did a good job, but honestly. But the thing is, I thought that they were the best, right? Because they were everywhere on Google. Does that make sense? So it doesn't really, you know, ideally you want to be the best in every way, but that's how you do it. You do it on every keyword, you do videos, you do articles, you do joint ventures, you want to have a team of ninja pinos just smashing it, which we'll talk about next, which is outsourcing. Okay, on the left-hand side also, you know, now you'll notice now on Google, whatever you type in, you'll have a picture of a map. It's great if you've got the store there, okay? So instantly people will see that there's a store there, local. Okay? On the left-hand side of Google, these are just other things you can have a look at. You can have a look at any books or any videos that are on this particular subject. Right? On the left, there's videos. It may be slow opening up on this internet. I can actually close this one now, and I can close that one.
Your Google page comes up to a lot different to what mine ever do. Is that like a different Google or something?
Oh, yeah, you can...
Because I've seen Chrome powered faster by Google or something like that.
Oh, you can like there's different, you can customise it slightly different, but they're pretty much the same thing anyway. So that's obviously taken forever. But on the left-hand side, there's got a drop-down, right? You've got images, any images on that. So your team should be, if your image is a picture of a funny kid playing a piano, right? And you use that image for a lot of different things. It could be just a photo taken. You want to actually name that image, Kids Piano Lessons Melbourne. That's what you want to name that image. That's called SEO, Search Engine Optimization. So when they're uploading the stuff into your website, into your blog, into your article, and even though that image may appear 50 times, right, on your website, but if it's specific to a specific page, it should be, the image should be named that. If it's a different keyword like... Women's Piano Lessons Melbourne, that's the name of the image. That's what you call that image. So you create a folder on your desktop called Piano Images, and you've got one that's named for kids, mums, grandparents, firemen, cats, dogs, all sorts of things. Because we're looking at a big market. Yeah? Videos, there you go. So all these kids' videos have come up. And you want to be having videos. You don't want just to have, you know, a nice flashy website. Any news, I won't open all these because the internet's slow. Any blogs relating to your information is in there. You just click on that and that's all about your keyword, right? Discussions, and there's a lot of excellent fun stuff. So next time you're sitting at home at night after midnight and you don't want to actually watch Demtel, just type something into Google and familiarise yourself with what... The other ways of driving traffic: join networks or forums and discuss, have discussions. Participate in discussions on your subject or your product. Articles, write a bucket load of articles. I'll talk about that in a second. Videos and audios. Newspaper, magazines. As I mentioned before, check your competition. See what the competition's doing. Word of mouth referrals, right? They're a great source of income for a company. Right? If you bought a new handbag and you loved it, you're going to go and tell your girlfriend and they're going to go down and buy it too. Right? So having a word of mouth referral system set up is brilliant. Pay-per-click advertising, we just covered a little bit of that. Social networks, such as YouTube, Facebook, those type of things. I'll cover a little bit more about social networks in a minute. Okay, eBay, MySpace, interviews, right? You might want to do interviews on someone in your field, right? So if you're selling car tyres, you might have someone, that's not a very good example. I don't know how you'd interview someone on car tyres. Well, how would we interview someone on car tyres? So just say Jack Brabham rocked up one day. It'd be a bit hard now, and he came through. You could get a series of interviews talking about the vehicle he used and the tread of the vehicle and the tyre and why that tyre was best. Because there's some car guys that actually want to listen to that sort of stuff. Okay, so do interviews on people about your sport or about, like if you're an internet marketer and you're selling internet marketing stuff, you might just interview people that are good in that industry. Interview speakers. If you're selling, if you're an affiliate for a seminar company, right, you may want to interview the speakers, right, and you could sell their stuff. You could sell the interview. So you've got, these are just basic ways, which I'll go through one or two of them in a second. So driving traffic, right? So firstly, you've got to have a website. Now you can go online and buy websites, right? You can buy them cheap. 21st Century Business Builder has websites as well, right? And you can pick your criteria. You can just have blogs. A lot of people have websites as a blog, which is an online journal. But effectively, it's free and it makes a lot of money. And the thing is with blogs, people can actually comment on it. So if you write an article or a blog post, Google loves it because people actually comment and put more information on that and then they share it with other people, right? As opposed to a static website that has 3 or 4 pages, you know, the content doesn't usually change much. But on a blog, the content is changing all the time because people are adding more stuff. They're adding video, they're adding audio, they're commenting on it. So you can get free blogs, ones where you host yourself, WordPress, or ones that are no hosting, or you can just go into Google all the time and just type in free blogs, right? So there's examples. You can go to Blogger and talk about your subject. They're all free. They cost nothing. It's the cheapest website ever, okay? And they generate much more traffic than a static website does. Right, so the organic side on the left-hand side of Google is mainly generated by blogs, right? Because people are interacting and there's a lot of content that goes up there.
So you can have your affiliate people as part of the blog.
Yeah, you just create a blog and you just talk about your subject, right? So for me, trader, I might create a series of trading blogs, right, or internet marketing blogs, and I will just just add stuff each day or every second day. If I don't want to do it, I would just pay someone to do it for me. And what they'll do is they'll just talk about the market, what's moved, might do a bit of education, talk about candlesticks, trends, moving averages, etc. And I would just use it to try and educate people on my subject. More people, they'll go, they'll visit, they'll find it interesting, hopefully. And if they're finding it interesting, what do you think they'll do?
Go to your website.
They'll come back. No, because that is my website. They'll actually come back. Who has gone to a shop because they liked what they had in there and gone back again? Right, most of us. Your website's the same, a blog's the same. If you've got awesome content, they'll have to come back because they want to learn more or they got massive value the first time. Now, you didn't try to sell them anything. You've just got awesome stuff in there that they're reading about. We read it all the time. And later on, if they opt in on the right-hand side, there's normally got an opt-in where you can get a free report. Those people, then later on you can upsell them once you've established a relationship with them. Make sense? Yep. So WordPress is one of the best ones. It's free and it's very easy to add some stuff to. Most blogs and websites are done on a WordPress blog, right? If you don't like the themes, you can pay $50, $60 to get the skin or the cover. It's just like an iPhone cover, a new sexy one, right? You can, if you're in different industries, they have different skins for different industries, and it's there just to look a bit pretty, right? There's this young guy who was 21, made his first 100,000, right? And he just knows about internet marketing, right? He just created a blog, you know, and all he does is talk about it. Blogging, traffic, increasing profits, and he's just got a website. People just keep going back and back and back because every time you go back, there's something new you learn in there. And that's why people will come back. And then on the right-hand side, they can, look, grab your free training now, right? And they just click that button. It asks for a few bucks or whatever, and that's how he gets it. And then he builds it. And then over the period of a 2 or 3 year period, You're going to enroll them into something. You're going to sell them something. It may start small first, but then it'll build up. Okay. So a website or traffic, you've got to drive your traffic. You've got to build the list. All right? Build your list and continue to build it. Educate them, monetize the list. Add your own products to the blog and sell it directly. If you want, you can add a forum, or you can add a paid membership site to your blog, right, or your website. If you've just got a static website, they come in, they buy something, and they keep coming back and buying the same thing over and over again, you can have a blog that's connected to the website, which is more informal but formative, right? So, or you can add a membership site. If you're a guru on your subject, people will actually pay to listen to you. Yeah, people will pay for that. And then later you can sell the business. All right, so different resources you could use. This is where you can get some images or designs. iStock.com, 99 Designs, they can just design different things for you. Banners, if you want banners, like you see them on the side of, like Big Pond's a classic. You see all the sponsorship banners all over Big Pond website, Telstra website, right? All those banners, they can be made really cheaply, $5 or $10 to get those flashy banners for your content. Right, for your stuff. Now, you can either do all of this stuff yourself, right, or you can outsource it. We've all heard of outsourcing now. These are some of the main ones. Or you can just type into Google, outsourcing, type in the term outsourcing, right? So we've got guru.com, elance.com, rentacoda.com, needanarticle.com, odesk.com and TaskUs. TaskUs are in the US. Now, the ones I mainly use are Elance and Odesk, okay? Now, initially when I started an internet business, I didn't really start making some serious money until my 18-month mark of internet marketing, enrolling people, selling Jamie's stuff, his seminars, his books, his education programs. Because I went on this long, ridiculous, slow journey of thinking that I had to know it all myself, create it myself, build it myself, learn coding, learn copywriting, learn to master everything, right? And no one thinks that they can do it better than themselves, yeah? Right? Or like Jamie said, you can get someone else to do it, but no one will do it as fast as you. I'll give it here, I'll do it, right? And that's what I did. Don't ever do that. If you know you've got a product and you've got a crap website, just get someone who's got the skill and pay them to do it, right? Because you've got to value your time, right? How much is your time worth? So after that long, slow experience, I spent actually my first month Google advertising. $5,000 was my first bill in my first month, $5,000. And when I went back and had a look, it was virtually within 4 days. I wrapped up a bill of $5,000 because I learned how to advertise really quickly, and I would get a bucket load of people to my website. But guess what happened? No one bought anything. I didn't get any smiles even from it, right? People came to my website in droves, so I went, okay, cool. I think I've got the marketing aspect down, but they were all tire kickers. They weren't actually buying anything, right? So then what I went, okay, rather than learn all the different algorithms and all the different rules that Google has, I might as well just pay someone who's been doing it for a long time. Hence the reason outsourcing. So I call them a team of ninja pinos, right? And they're fantastic. You can go to odesk.com. Right, now I think I've already got a page open of this. Odesk is great in the fact that it doesn't really matter what it is you want. And like the accountant that just came up before, so let's close some of these down now. Now Odesk, I've already opened this. It costs you nothing to actually open, right? So you can just go there, it shows you how it works, hire and find work. So if you've got actually work that you're really good at, that you actually want Odesk to use your services, you can put them in it as well. But in this case, I just want to hire someone, right? So I browse the categories. Let's have a look over here. So anything to do with web development, right? If I want a programmer, I can just click on that. If I want someone to just do content for my website, I will click on that and have a look. Admin services, graphic designers, networks, bookkeeping, HR, payroll, legal, right? All the business services. So if you don't have time to do this, then you can do that. Find people that actually are highly skilled in this. So just say, for example, I've got a blog or a shell of a website, right? And now I want content. I want people to actually put stuff in there for me, so I don't have time because I don't have time to write it all. Right? So I would click on it, and you can actually drill down and, filter through what you want. So we'll just use Norman for an example. So you've got Norman here. He's a Photoshop Flash guy, does logos and web designs, right? And he charges $22 an hour. Okay, he's from Pakistan, and his catch cry is "I'm the best," right? So if you want to have a look at his credentials, then just click on it, right? Click on his portfolio, have a look at the tests that he's done. Tests are important in the fact that you want them to understand English properly so you can communicate your point across, right? There's nothing worse than them thinking something different to what you actually wanted, right? So that communication barrier has to be good. If you want to, there's the subcategories on the right-hand side. If I only want the best, so I'm going for only the 4 and 5 star people that are doing web designs, right? You can do that. You can even put it down on the right-hand side. You can even put it down to the rate per hour. So if you're not willing to pay $30 or $50 an hour, but you're willing to pay between $8 and $12 an hour, then filter it at that, okay? Because, you're actually helping these guys make a really good living.
Who actually rates them?
They're rated by Odesk themselves, right? And based off the work and the feedback. So, for example, let's just pick one. I'll just pick anyone here. Usually I go for one that's got a fair bit of content. This guy's $27. I also limit it down to location. So if you particularly like the Romanians work on internet marketing, I use those dudes. Also the Philippines, India, they've got great internet marketing teams. And they're within the price range that I'm comfortable, which is around anywhere from $8 to $15 an hour. Right? You can start off with $2 and $3 an hour. Some people, they may be just quick little jobs. Lots of quick little jobs. But if you want someone that you're going to have regularly over and over and over building content for your site, then obviously it may take you an hour to find a really good person, but that's going to save you hours in the long run. Yeah? So you could also get a virtual assistant. You can look for a virtual assistant and then spend an hour looking for them and tell them what you want. Right? So you get this awesome virtual assistant, you pay them $10 an hour, whatever it is, and then you task them, and then they go looking. You say, okay, I've got a website. I want 5 articles written each week, and I want it posted on my website, and I want it posted on my blog. I also want someone to, every second day, do a 50-word or blog post on a particular subject. I then want those people to socially bookmark it on all social networking sites like Dig, Technorati, Propel, Facebook, YouTube, all of those things. I want it shared around the internet. I then want videos created on every blog post that you've just done. Imagine how much time that would take you to do yourself, just that little task, right? So, you'll find that it's much easier just to hang your hat and just get them to do it. Your virtual assistant will find all the people that you need for that. So what you do is you go in there and you can have a look at their work. You can have a look at their portfolio of previous work they've done. You can have a look at all the feedback that they've got from work that they've done in the past. Okay? So, it's taking a while to open, so I won't sort of focus on it. But you can see... Yeah, so the same as with... I think I've got Elance open already. So Elance here, I'll just have a look at, Elance is another one to use, which is a really good one. Elance is good, Elance is the biggest outsourcing one. What they do is you post a job. I'm looking for a person to do regular posts, do regular videos, build content and bring a bucket load of traffic to my website. You don't know all the ins and outs, you just want a lot of people to your website so they convert. Right? So what you do, you put that up there, then they actually bid on your job, right? They come to you. So you'll suddenly get a sea of outsourcers, range, and they'll also quote. So they'll come to you and they'll quote. So I said, okay, I lost a website that I had 4 years history with, and it's really saddened me, and I had to recreate it all, which is fine, okay, just a normal business challenge. right? So I said, okay, this is the ranking that I had. This is what the website looked like back in, like there's certain websites, Wayback Machine or archive.org, where you can actually see what your site looked like 7 years ago, right? And see if it converted back then better than what it converts today, right? So if I lost my site, so all the content was still there back in this Wayback Machine, right? So he was able to extract that information and able to actually work on building all of that content back in. Right, so they went in there. I told them what I needed. I had people charging $5,000. They'd do it, and then the lowest one was, oh yeah, I can do it for $300. Right, so what I did, process of elimination, get rid of the ones that you don't want to use. So I knew that my budget, if I wanted something decent, I was happy to pay up to $1,200, $1,500 max. So I got rid of all of those people above that. The people less than say $600 or $700. I get rid of them and then left about 5 people. Then what I did is I had a look at their portfolio, what the work they'd done before, had a look at their feedback, had a look at their rating, their English skills, vocab skills. And what you do is you nominate that dude as the job. They take the job. You pay 50% up front and you back and forth each other. You just log into in there. So there's, we've just have feedback back and forth. What he did is he just created a great website, and now I've got the virtual assistant and you're just communicating. You just log on to Elance, right? He's going, okay, I've just done this site. I can do another site for you for $850, right? And it's just communication back and forward. I wanted him to do some buttons on my website. This is what I wanted my opt-in to look like. I had screenshots of other websites that I wanted, so it's just communication back and forth. And then he would show me, and it would progress as we went. Right, and he did a series of logos. So there was just easy communication back and forth, and it was simple as that. When I was happy, I bought it, right? And then the next one is to get the content person, and then the next one is to get the next person. It's just saved me so much time. That's all it's done, right? It's just, who here thinks their time is very valuable? It's our most important commodity, all right? And I think for me, being in the army is where I learnt that lesson the most, because you don't have time to waste doing crap. You need to be out there living your life, having a great time. This is just an example. I said, look, I want this is my business, Lucrative. Who likes that one, Lucrative? Hey? Right, so what I did is I said I want a new logo because I wanted to change my branding from when I first started as an internet marketer to pretty much this year on. I thought once I've made my first $1 million, the rest has to be easy, right? Is that true? Those people beyond that? Right? So I thought, okay, I'll open a new company, Trust. I'll try something different. I come up with Lucrative. And then because I'm an internet marketer and a trader, he's going to design. I want to keep the theme the same. So I said, I want some logos. And they gave me like 50 different examples of different logos I did. I selected these 2, right? So this one's specifically just on trading, and it'll be just a blog. People just following my trades and educating them, and then obviously internet marketing is my other one. So they came back with this, right? So it's pretty cool. I showed them a site that I liked, that I wanted to emulate, right? And they built it. So they built the course. So you can see it's all in Latin still, right? So, it's just now the people to fill the content. I know exactly what I want in it, and I was really wrapped with it, and that was like about $800. But it was back and forth for a couple of days until they got it right. And that's how simple it is. If you want a logo, if you want business, if you want your books done, like Kartik's, not Kartik, like the gentleman Aj, is it? That was just before me? Aj, the gentleman before me, then that's what you do. So use those ones, right? So this is my mind map. I actually look at all the things. I'm about to finish now anyway. I'd love to keep going because like Jamie, I talk too much and run out of time and still have a bucket load of content. Right, but that's fine because I do webinars. I've been working with the company for a number of years now. So this is a mind map. It's a bit hard for you guys to see, but it's not the actual keywords I want you to look at. It's actually the tasks. So let's go to the core. So if I'm just focusing on traffic, I will just focus on the arms of the traffic of things I need to do. If I'm looking at conversions, well then I need to focus on doing all of these things, right? All these action plans. If I'm looking at income, leverage, getting famous, what I'd need to participate in. Keyword research systems. If I'm looking at improving my systems, I need to look at support desk, project management, upsells, downsells. My shopping cart, my CRM, email management, financial dashboard, my office equipment, blah, blah, blah. Systems. Mac software, as I'm a Mac user. Right? So whatever I need to do, it's all in this. And all I do is I copy this arm and say, okay, copywriting, for example, if it's in there, I'll just give them a list of the things from my mind map. And then I'll just pay them. I'm happy to pay someone, $600 a month and have a team of 4 or 5 people that are collectively charging $5 or $6, $7, $8 a month. Because if I'm getting, say, $2,000 or $3,000 a month from one company's product, right, then obviously my profits are way above what my outlay is. So that's why I love internet marketing, because one, as a trader, you can be really serious, right? This allows me to sort of the freedom just to have fun and do the things that I absolutely am passionate about, which is creating and making people feel good. So, and this is how I do it. And plus, my kids aren't in my face. My husband's away, out of my office, so it's good. I'm just in there. If I'm not trading, I'm internet marketing, because we can do the both. If there's no trades, there's something to buy or sell, isn't there? Or someone to promote. So who got a lot of value out of that? Anyone? Excellent. A couple of you. So if you want to contact me, you can just go straight through to the office, or you can just Facebook me or Skype. I'm on Skype all the time, Lou Harty, and I'm more than happy to help you. We have regular webinars at 21st Century on internet marketing. So you're more than happy to come and go to our calendar, join those. They're free. I'm not going to try and sell you something. I'm about adding value, just like Jamie is, because you still need to have a purpose. Right, and this is my purpose. So thank you very much, and see you next time.